very quick. This is legit showbiz. We're bringing you a quick update on what is happening in Ghana. In election, you will be come Mr. Do me a favor, just please subscribe for me. Even if you're not going to watch the video, just say subscribe, mommy. Why? Not share video, no, not leave a comment. Send you no. Give it to me at church. At church, come. A very quick update. Vice President Mahmoud BAWUMIA supposed to be I think say or catcher former president and the president elected say basabasaibi ekoso intino onye bibi emfamfa ho na menu yebetuatua adwen yebabehwe na yehwe na yahwese is that the right way say ekwa na me hwese metumi ebia okay I'm just hwese metumi ebia okay intino ene the vice president of the land, who was the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, sent a message. Nanasama Okani. BAWUMIA urges Mahama to call NDC supporters to order amid post-election tension. And it reads, bear with me, former president, your non responsibility say so uteki sana. The vice president, Dr. Mahmoud BAWUMIA, has expressed concern over what he described as lawlessness and thuggery being perpetrated by some supporters of the National Democratic Congress following the announcement of election results. In a statement issued on December 9th, Dr. BAWUMIA called on President-elect John Dramani Mahama to demonstrate statesmanship by reining in his supporters to ensure peace and unity in the country. I wish to call on the President-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to exhibit statesmanship by reining in his supporters to preserve the peace and unity of the country, Dr. BAWUMIA said. According to the NPP presidential candidate, there have been incidents of NDC members besieging collation centers, allegedly forcing declarations in favor of NDC parliamentary candidate, whilst others have vandalized state agencies. He continued. He noted that such actions undermine the democratic culture Ghana has worked to nurture. Dr. BAWUMIA also expressed disappointment at what he described as the NDC silence in the face of violence and intimidation against members of the NPP, state institutions, and individuals perceived to be NPP sympathizers. These wanton acts of lawlessness and brutality have been extended to state institutions and public offices, looting and stealing state properties in the process, he added. Channel your anger into rebuilding our nation. Mahama to NDC. The first one was from Dr. BAWUMIA, and this is from the NDC. Channel your anger into rebuilding our nation. Mahama to NDC members vandalizing property. The former vice president further noted that some public offices had been forced to shut down due to safety concerns, while private homes and properties have reportedly been targeted, with individuals receiving death threats. Where and sama mama ebekaye and sama Bawumia ebekaye no. And Dr. Bawumia last more kind say Dr. Bawumia criticized the act of regrettable, especially following an election process that has been widely praised as credible. He emphasized that the national interest must take precedence over personal or party interest. I would like to remind President Mahama that he has won an election. He has not staged a coup d'etat. He has a responsibility to contribute to protecting life and property, Dr. Bawumia stated, cautioning that continued violence could compel people to take measures to defend themselves. Dr. Bawumia ended his statement by urging Mr. Mahama and the NDC to demonstrate their commitment to democracy and ensure that the post-election period remains peaceful. Meanwhile, the President-elect John Mahama has already called on members of the NDC to desist from acts of vandalism following his victory in the 2024 general election. Speaking during his victory speech at his campaign office on December 10th, John Mahama addressed reports of damage to government properties by some party supporters. There have been reports of acts of vandalism at some government facilities and installations. I urge you not to vandalize, not to vent your frustration in a criminal enterprise, Mr. Mahama cautioned. He urged party members to redirect their energy and emotions towards productive efforts, stressing the importance of unity in rebuilding the nation. We must channel our anger and frustration into positive enterprise of resetting and rebuilding our nation, he said. So this is from Dr. Bawumia and this from Mahama. But let's break it down. In the first place, I think it's good that Dr. Bawumia has been able to step up to issue a statement. It's very good. It's good for the country because we need peace, and winning an election does not give you the audacity to destroy, to vandalize, or to fight. Now, but the point is, still, Dr. Bawumia is still the vice president of the country. And he is the chairman of the police department. So he still has control. She still has control over the police. President Akufo-Addo is still the president of Ghana until the January 7th when there's a transition. President-elect Mahama has just been elected. He has not assumed his position as a president. So now, who has total control of the country is the President Nana Akufo-Addo. Sika Mpedede, the showboy, Nana one, ka benke jeme, Nana Akufo-Addo bakope, Omura, what I say, Omura. Yet you're not to China. The vice president is still the vice president of Ghana until the January 7th, when there was going to be a transfer of power from one party to the next party. So for Dr. Bawumia to come out and suggest or order the president-elect to control the people, I think he got it wrong. I mean, we know Dr. Bawumia is a very smart person, very intelligent person, but being the vice president and being in charge of the police and still telling a person who has just been elected to control is totally wrong. The best thing is Dr. Bawumia should just speak to the security services, the police, reinforcement from the military so that they should stop the vandalism, how people are destroying property or they are seizing. And also, you cannot really equate it to a particular party because people are desperate, People are frustrated, and it can be anybody. It can be a person from any of the 9 or 12 political parties. It can be anybody. It can be someone from NPP. And it can be someone who even want to sabotage. By way of trying to sabotage, it can come from even someone who even voted for NPP or someone who voted for NDC. But the bottom line is, we are appealing to Ghanaians. Winning an election does not mean we become enemies. Winning an election does not give you the audacity for you to destroy. Win an election does not mean that we should create enmity among ourselves. We are still one people. We are still Ghanaians. The same way that NPP are being sacked from the system, if NDC also don't do the right thing, the same way would happen, they will also be sacked as well. So we are just encouraging all the parties and the supporters that, democracy is not about fight. Democracy is about sharing ideas. Democracy is about agreeing and disagreeing. Democracy is about implementation. Democracy believes that when there's an issue, the court system is there and you can take your grievances to the court. You don't fight with hands. You don't burn. You don't destroy. Ghana, Edin Akwechiri, because Ghana are one of the best election with few incidents. Bibi no obey work as an incident ember, definitely there will be incident, but Ghana is my election with no incident, and they are being applauded. We are being applauded by the international community, the ECOWAS, the AU, those foreign dignitaries that went to Ghana. They all applauded Ghana, say Ghana, the British ambassador, the US consulate, they all congratulated Ghana. And it's a pride that we started constitution, we transitioned into a constitutional rule or democratic rule in 1992 and up to today. So it wouldn't matter who started there from 1992, ever seen that, how many years? It is simple. 1992, 2000, and only 8 years. And 8 years plus 24 years. Into Kamahi, it's almost about 32 years. And Ghana is a beacon of democracy. We can have our differences. And let's understand politics. It is say family. Family, when you are home, sometimes you can fight with your sister, you can fight with your brother, siblings fight. But at the end of the day, when food is ready, we all sit around the table and we all eat together. And we condemn any vandalism, we condemn any fight, we condemn any aggressiveness, we condemn any destroying of any state institution, assets, we condemn it. No, that's not politics about. You've won your seat, NDC have won, that is beautiful, that's beauty of democracy. That's beauty of democracy. But to go to the point of trying to destroy state property is totally wrong. And I also want to tell Dr. Bawumia, say, he is still in charge as the vice president of the country. Don't just give up so easily. Losing an election doesn't make you lose confidence in yourself. You are still the vice president and you are the chairman of the police who maintains internal security. Akufo-Addo, President Akufo-Addo, Nana Showboy. Sika mpedede. Eti sika so accommodate. Or the whole president. I think say yengina in country Nana say on issue statement our country. Nana should authorize the police. Nana should authorize the security services to protect those institutions or those state, properties. And anyone who goes against that person needs to be arrested. And we've always been preaching to the youth. The youth. Election is over. There's no need for you to say government property, because government property now was said still government basa ko bobosia no assign the abey ni ye on the or the abey rebuild it. There's no need for the youth to go and fight, to go and destroy anything. Who win election now, you don't have no power, so we're taking control of BB. There's a transition period, and that transition period is where power is transferred from one party to the next party. And as they take over, if you are not being given a position to go and perform a duty, you don't have no right. So don't take the law into your hands. When you take the law into your hands to go and destroy any state institution, you will be arrested, you will be prosecuted, and you'll be put in jail. But the question becomes, what benefit do you gain out of it? If you go and vandalize a state institution, if you go and destroy something, the beauty of democracy in Africa, the beauty of democracy in Ghana is so nice that the international committee just love how, we went through our election. So the youth, we are pleading with you. It is against the law for you to take over any state property. The youth should understand that it's against the law for you to go and vandalize or burn any electoral commission office. Remember, the electoral commission office does not belong to an individual. It's an institution, and it belongs to the country. It's the property of Ghana. And when you win an election, you don't win an election for the sake of the party. As you win an election, is the good of the country. So we need election. We put party aside. It's about what policies are you bringing in, and policies is about implementation. How do you implement those policies? You implement those policies, so they bring you good roads, good water, good electricity. Then the young ones know our movie school, they can also get a job to do. That is politics. So we every election, we should put NDC aside, we should put NPP aside, we should put independent candidate aside. Let's come together as one body. Only few people cannot do it. It is said, when you take a single broom, you can easily break it. But when we bring our force together, when we bring our powers together, that's in Nekaboma. And no, anybody to me achieve what we want to achieve for the country, Ghana. Until once again, my final words to the youth, don't do anything that will destroy you. Don't do anything that will destroy you. Ghana is for Yingina. Ghana belongs to us. Until there's no need. Yenti Asama Aye, former president. Don't do anything that will destroy you. Yenti near former President John Mahama statement or issue, and even in his acceptance speech, he still made mention. Say ma obi anko fan tokwa emba oboto wie ko fie enne na asema osan editu odwa eno so ni intine yenti ne former president Okai. Just a minute. We share the former president Okai. Intime Mr. Bebre, we are still appealing to you guys. Yeah. Yeah, we are still appealing to you guys. Say, mo bian kon ye bibi basa bia. Into former president John Mahama wabe issue statement a condemn whatever is going on say that is not your no ope. Now, I was saying, I catch a President Akufo-Addo, say President Akufo-Addo should do something about it. And then a year can if you a kono, you be saying and this election, I think everybody is so shocked. Say NDC had almost about 188 MPs, and I think 2 of the independent candidates, they want to work with NDC. So that will mean, say, NDC are going to have almost about 190 MPs. It's unbelievable and it's so shocking. And I'm sure, said, the last independent candidate, I also know, 3 members no more winning as independent candidate. And I know, said, Saha Nipano, you come and join, because if you don't join, your vote is even irrelevant. But they want to form that kind of coalition party. I want to dream about Omaino Ehun. And if the EC boss if NDC want to remove him, maybe based on misconduct, with this election there, we'll give him the credit, because things put in place is just unbelievable. And with Ghana, you can't compare Ghana to any European country, or you can't even compare Ghana to a US, because US electricity near the flow, the internet service is working everywhere. But when you go back at home now, and is until at least during the time of coalition, transferring of votes near that there will be some little kind of discrepancies. There will be something that will impede their progress. But I think in the nutshell, they did a very good job, and we really give them thumbs up for the great job done. Yeah, they did a great job, and we are very proud of Omo. Yeah, we are very proud. Yeah, and I think that so far so good. Maybe CBR so yababa na yababe mo asutre. Maybe we will come and share with you now, Dr. Bawumia, or can be say election na Omo ewini or no fee say NDC and winning is just because the people now they're supposed to go and vote they didn't vote and but the point is on a serious note say Omo vote to you, someone vote to someone vote to you, Omo vote to NDC a winning. So let's put it behind. Na momono and find a solution say what went wrong. What went wrong? And on a idea very important, but me I can cause a beer and a way in there we think that it's not necessary. Yeah, I think that any necessary. And a former president and or president-elect.
Brothers and sisters,
yes, let's listen to.
I come before you tonight as your president-elect to again express my deepest gratitude for your unwavering support in Saturday's election.
Thanking the people,
this
congratulating
is a
them.
Moment of hope,
unity
and opportunity for our great nation.
For a great nation.
However, I must address a matter of urgent importance tonight.
Yes.
Transitions from one administration to another
yes.
create the impression of a vacuum of power.
Yes.
And certain people are easily compelled to act in their own parochial interest
yes.
instead of the national interest.
Yes.
I've received reports
yes.
of attacks on state offices and installations. While it's unclear who is behind these attacks,
it's unclear, that's correct.
I condemn them in no uncertain terms.
He condemns them.
These acts must cease immediately.
They must cease immediately.
As I said during my post-declaration speech, I urge the youth not to vent their frustration in criminal enterprise.
Yes.
Instead, they must channel their anger and frustration into the positive enterprise of resetting and rebuilding our beloved nation.
Yes.
I urge all our citizens to remain calm and avoid actions that could harm our institutions and our democracy.
Yes.
We have fought hard for change.
Yes.
And now is the time to demonstrate our commitment to rebuilding the Ghana we want through unity and understanding.
Yes.
Because state power is still in the hands of the present administration.
Yes.
I call on the president.
Yes.
And the security agencies
to
act decisively
yes.
to curb the ongoing acts of lawlessness immediately.
Yes.
I thank you, my fellow citizens.
Yes.
And may God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Okay. Yes. So that was the presentation by the former president and the president-elect in the person of John Mahama. Yeah, that's what kind of know. Still, no, there has not been a transition. So, President Akufo-Addo is still the president. Bawumia is still the vice president. Says they should act decisively. They should direct the security agencies. They should put, everything on the police and call reinforcement of the military to protect state institutions and anybody who is trying to, cause any confusion or any form of vandalism or any form of chaos, they have to be arrested. And remember, the youth say, when you are being arrested, don't say it's a witch hunt. No, you did something against the law. You did something against the Constitution. That's why you've been arrested. So once again, we are pleading with the youth. Stop, be calm. Winning an election doesn't mean that the problems in Ghana have been solved fully. Winning an election in Ghana doesn't mean that those who don't have a job will have a job. No, now that they are going to put ideas together to implement the policies that were put before you guys, that you guys went and voted. So once again, we condemn any form of people destroying government properties. Government properties belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to everyone. So think about it. Think about it and act wisely. You don't have to end up in jail because of election. You have to think about a future, a good future. You have to think about your destiny, and destiny is unknown. Once again, fellow citizen, it's good evening. I wasn't sent by Nana Akufo-Addo. No, I wasn't sent by Showboy. I wasn't sent by Sikam PDD. Same time tomorrow, Yabekasa. Abrikuma North also, I think the Electoral Commission declare the winner. I want to know, I think Irama, I said they also were winning, sitting over, but the NPP, say, obey, fight it, so we know, because of this, no winning here, near Tibiano, and the court system is there. If you don't understand anything, there's no need to argue, there's no need to fight, go to the court. I see you tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe as you are watching. Just subscribe, KK. Subscribe, me do 300. You see, you're starting jail, you do 200. Me do 300. Just subscribe. Oh, subscribe, no one subscribe, it's okay. As you subscribe, no, not what press it, like, no. No one just comment to her. We just comment ka crazy. Na comment, yes, you read it. Name was a video, we need you home. Thank you so much. Good night. I see you tomorrow, same time. We'll come back to you. It's legit showbiz. Legit showbiz. We're keeping it for real. And your host, MC Osoja. Once again, your host, MC Osoja. The unbeatable, the unbreakable, the one and the only, whose morale is above sea level. You can only use Archimedes' principles to describe MC Osoja, the commander-in-chief of the microphone, with power and swag. I got you. Good night, and I love you.